so that the Nawec team are here to support you. The general public and the media will be here also to help you and guide. And we'll continue to engage the media because they are an important, stakeholder in this process. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you. That when the time comes, the communication team will always communicate to everybody to know that this is time for X, Y, Z to be done, and we will all understand. If you're doing your report, or you're writing your report, or you're anchoring a program, and you don't have you have something that you still don't understand in the press release, you can go call Boomer 3664112 for clarification's sake. Okay? If there is something that you miss here before coming out on your press and making a report, call 3664112 for clarification. Mr. Yo,
welcome once again the media fraternity present. The chair is a bit intimidating for two reasons. One, the MD has just spoken, and I'm surrounded by my senior colleagues. However, like the MD said, the task ahead is not a complicated one. It's a very, very simple process. And we just want to reassure the public once again that the TID rollover is as simple as ABC. Now, like MD said, it is not something that is just meant for Nawec. This is a universal event. It's not just affecting Nawec. And what we are doing here is what our counterparts in other countries in the sub-region and beyond are doing, is what we do on a daily basis. All of us interacting with any platform that is based on the internet or social media platforms, as simple as WhatsApp. Once in a while, we'll have notifications to update even our WhatsApp apps. So it's the same thing. We are not replacing the meters. What's happening is we are simply upgrading the meters to the standard that is set by the meter manufacturers and the vending platform manufacturers. The good news for Gambia is that already, thanks to the foresight of the management, our vending platform and our meters, all the meters in the system today in circulation are all STS compliant. Some of our counterparts in other countries have to struggle to replace their meters. We have past that stage. What is now left is for us to actually implement this at our various homes. Like MD said, our approach to the TID rollover is coming in phases. We don't want to go into a nationwide TID rollover implementation. So we're taking it in phases. And we are starting naturally with the staff of the company. And this is why the communication strategy also aligns to our implementation strategy. And this is why we produce, albeit not very good productions, some audios and communications that were meant strictly for Nawec staff. But knowing ourselves, sometimes some communications that are intended for a particular audience might see itself going elsewhere. Now, the misconception around town, that when you buy your token now, if you do not insert it in a week or 2 days, it will expire. All of these things are unfounded. All that we are doing, once the implementation phase reaches your area, all that you will realize as a consumer is when you buy your tokens, instead of the 20-digit numbers that you are traditionally afraid with, now you will be issued 3 sets of 20-digit numbers. What these sets will do for you naturally is when you key in the first set, it will great. I'm sure for the ones taking the recordings, you might have the opportunity to get a closer zoom this thing out for the people to see in your publications later. But this is exactly a sample of how your tokens will be generated once your meter is set, for the key change update. Now you'll have 3 sets of numbers. They will come in this order, and it will be the same even if you do not use an electronic receipt, because we know some of the people don't go into our physical branches. Those who would use mobile apps, we've tested. Like, you use some of our third parties, you would still have 3 sets of numbers. Now you are advised to key them in that order. Now what it does for you is the first one would clear the meter memory. And the second one will now update it. And the third one, like MD says, naturally is the credit token that you buy. Now, what we advise people to do is before you even load, look at what your meter balance is. Before you even load, take note of it, clear the thing. And once you load, you will now see that that credit is not affected, because some people are also speculating rumor that if you clear your meter memory, hope the credit that is in there would not be affected. But that's not the case. And what we are telling you is not something that we read in books or we are speculating. We have tested this ourselves by volunteering our own meters, and we are in line. So it's a very simple process. We don't want anyone to create the impression that it's a difficult thing. It is meant for all of us to be able to do, and be rest assured that the Nawec, all Nawec staff, and this is why MD said, I'm re-echoing what he said, all Nawec staff are up to speed with what's happening, and this is why we are starting with Nawec staff meters, so that they will not just say we heard or we hear this is how it's done, but they would have interacted with their own meters and see how it is done, so that when you call any Nawec staff, your neighbor, your friend, we will be the first people to tell you how it is done. And also the 1669, our free call center, is also available. The staff are trained, they know what to tell you, and anytime you reach out, we'll be rest assured you will have the support. It's a simple one, so we thank you all for coming, and we would take one or two questions related to the key change. But this is the short and tall of the TID rollover. Thank you. That's correct. Thank you, MD, for that info. We are starting first. First phase is with the staff that we're starting immediately now. Our second phase we would be starting with the North Bank and LRR regions. The third one, we are going to the URR, CRR region. Then the fourth phase would be in the Greater Banjul area, and the fifth phase would be in the West Coast region. I think the logic behind it is we wanted to start from regions in terms of our customer base, starting from the smallest region to the biggest region. And as far as our records are concerned, the West Coast region, constitutes the largest percentage of prepaid meters in circulation today. So this is what is happening. So what we'll do is, before we set your meters for this key change, we would have given all the people within that region, all meters in that region, we will have given you at least 1 month notice. During this month, we'll encourage that whatever token you buy that you have not keyed into your meter and it's lying down, ensure that you key it in. I think this is where the misunderstanding comes, because we were telling our staff that whatever token you have now, this was meant just for Nawec staff. Make sure you put it into your meter, you load it, because we are rolling out with the staff meters effective this month. So by next month, if they still have meters or tokens lying down that are not entered into their meters, and the key change is effected, that token will not be accepted again. This message we will share with the public once we get to your region. But like we said, we are not just coming, MD's reminding us, we are not having a full-blown national campaign or national implementation phase. We are doing it in phases. Starting from the staff, we're going next to the North Bank and LRR regions. Yes.
So I just said an idea. Might not understand the English language. I want to appeal to the media to also for us to translate this into the local language as we could right now. It will be very helpful, because I know we are also live right now. Other people are listening, so the local languages will also be helpful. Just a brief one.
Okay. I can try a little Mandinka.
Try both.
Assalamu alaikum. Mbadi Mandinka kamwelal. Nka mimfo wolem ko atemela damanding Nawec bena na kaspawa mital ika jero sutero ke nyaminna ibena wole kutayandila nim hadamadil na mosafo ibena o nyale kutayandila amanke ko bena mital le falinna amanke ko ni kaspawa sang abelari bulu imarita dundino lela mitato hani nkana min ke wolem ko dawo da duniya kono manke dron ko Nawec len fo minu be Senegal len bam fo minu be Mali len fo minu be America len man dawo dan duniya kono natara prepaid ika kaspa wala dundi ila mita kono ye kibari ndiro ken mo bela duniya be kono ko jari November karo ning mita o mita ima anya ala shooter nya falling aka jero ke kaspa wa jemin ne nimo fitaya seneyandi sena jero keno la wo min ni naman jero keno ni temati sandiro keno ni man sandiro kete courant sotolano wo kamala Nawec lemba ni compagnie be dunia kono ibe doko ke kam pour ka je ko banko be Gambia be mita nyanta nsafo aka jero ke nyaminna mbe wa fitala bari nimba kela mba mta keno la Gambia be kono wati kilenna wala na nyinkarna la mba commencer la ni na staff wala nimboda staff to menala tala na North Bank kata LRR wolem kerewan kumanda banko kata mansa konko kumanda banko mba commencer la wala nimbodo to senata URR wolem basse nintumane banko nimbota je sena dunna Banjul sere ko ndama fon la nimbodo to sena la bam brikama tumanda kumanda banko la avec la nyamin ni mari ka kaspa wala sang ay ka jele ko ni sandiro ke don nomba killing i kan nomba groupe killing ne dile ko le dundila masingo ela mobile mita kono don ye kaspa wasoto bari nit nyem falendiro ke da itamari balon na nyaadile iba jele ko idal taka nomba killing ne soto groupe killing ne soto bari say be na jele ko ni sandiro ke do be groupe sabale sotal sampulo le be mbuluteng tumando bato minu be television o ba fintindila ba katandila pour ni be tele jubele saje ko nyille ma be na fintile tentinne fo ya sang na branchol to mon fo ya sang na tat party so le to bang ibe nomba sabale sotola nyin nomba sabole be nyono ma nyamin ibe dundi la mita kono wala nyama wolem ko ni follow dundi dron fo fembe nunje aba tutula ni na fula nyango dundi wo be ne la mita kutandi la ka bulandi jamani laba mital kono ko ni be WhatsApp use ka momo ka WhatsApp use biya jara ko ni wati ka fo ne fo ya update o update do ata ku kilin wolem dron ba ni ba am update le bu kala mobile o falling ibuka abukela credit kota abuka fentinyaaje wo sabanjango du wala mo kelela credit kota ite mari min sang momo min sandron wala be dunne nje nsal kala mutandi ko konna kuntie ya min fonu njang tuba kan wala wala ko kuoku ni ya commencé mol sene dadun je jama ka ke fulol leti nak you know nakar kute je mo kana ko di jo mo enji amanke ko mo le beta fulen ko nyanta nyine jola pour nga dede mo la do kute je fente je is free andu Nawec nyinno ku nala lambe tarla le radio to le television Gambia karo bela andu ko e mo jakale fanan na bundabe je mi ale se kumandiro ke woto mobile number be bulu andi tamata fenjole ka mine 1669 ni auto call fana ilafta ko lonna je iba ko endi lelale na branchol fana alka kaspa wal sanda minuto ni nyini karo soro ni tamata futa dawdan do ni nyini karo ke
ku yoddu sa xat te quality jas na ñoo yor seen cumbukaay tur day uyu borom jas na pire sa ko bëggee fii si biir Gambia bi dawal foofu sa quality jas na your number one stop shop ana sama jigéen ñi dama bëgg ngeen jox ma seen nopp garmi yi ndaxte quality jas na amal nañ leen ay til yu toj daala poos abaaya yu yiiw waaye it amal nañ leen ay boreda yu rafet boreda yoo xam ne pour góor ñi la ak pour jigéen ñi amal nañ leen body scrub yi nga xam ne nii dafay defar seen yaram bam nice white fàttewuñ fa diw yi ana sama jeeg yu pare yi quality jas na amal nañ leen fa andi cuuraay yu neex house spray ak bépp xeetu baax pour seen biir néeg dama ne atum ren ji ku sa jëkkër mere ku ne yow la neex ndaxte quality jas na ñëw na si dëkk bi pour defar sëy yi make up artist yi bàyyi leen gannaaw ñu ngi leen fa amal ay makeup product yu quality waxu leen léegi nii foofu sa Westfield jàkkaarloog monument bi wala nga jokkoo quality jas na si 250 01 24 ak quality jas na taaral sa bopp taaral sa néeg waaye it bégal sa alaaji aas